Welcome! In this episode, we're going to introduce some custom icons to Google's Web Starter Kit. The Starter Kit uses a web font for icons, so we're going to do the same. To get the icons we want, we're going to use Icomoon. Let's get an instance of the Starter Kit going by cloning it from GitHub. I've already got Gulp installed in my global NPM cache, so I linked to it quickly. We need to install the rest of the dependencies with NPM. This is so that we get stuff like auto reload, SAS compilation, and image minification. To fire up our staging, let's run gulp serve. Okie dokie, we've got the Google Starter Kit up and running. There's quite a bit of stuff going on in this style guide. But today, we're interested in one thing, and that's adding some new icons in here. Let's head over to the Icomoon app, which allows us to build a custom icon font with just the icons we pick contained in it. I'm going to pick only 3 icons: this camera icon, this clock icon, and lastly this calendar icon over here. Once we've picked all the icons we want, we click the font button here at the bottom. As you can see, this font size is only 1.46 kilobytes, which is tiny. Let's click download. Cool. Now we can unzip the contents of the file we downloaded from Icomoon. Let's see what we have here. A demo file exhibiting how to use the generated icon font. This is the structure of the Google Web Starter Kit we cloned earlier. In the image folder, it's got an icons folder with web font files in it. It's also got a SAS file for icons which pulls in the web font, provide a basic rule for icons, and creates a class for each icon present in the web font. Now let's get our icons in here. To do this, we copy our extracted files into the same structure. I want to rename it to something a bit more useful. TT icons. To pull in the font, we duplicate this section over here and point it to the correct folder. The icon class is associated to the default icons web font, so we need to provide an override for that. I call it TT-icon. We also need to declare the classes for the particular icons we want to introduce, like these over here. Luckily, Icomoon gives you a style sheet that already does this, associated to the correct characters and everything. So let's copy that over from the style.css file in our Icomoon folder we extracted earlier, and paste it into the icon SAS file. For consistency's sake, I'm creating the SAS variables for each one, the same as the default ones over here. Let's go pull these new icons into our style guide file so that we can see what it looks like. I'm scrolling down to the icons section, and here it is. We duplicate the last row over here and add the TT-icon class we created earlier onto all 3 of them. Then we add some class names for our icons onto the elements. Before we can go on, we need to do something else in the SAS file. I neglected to use the correct file names. Our new icons are now part of the style guide. I see I've duplicated the camera one. I'm going to fix that quickly. Our 3 icons in their full glory. The great part of using the web font for icons is that it also scales well and can work well in different contexts, where you might want a different color, like these circles over here. Let's pull our icons in here to see what it would look like. Remember, we have to tell it to use our font first, then add our icon classes onto it. Sweet. A different size and a different color. That's it for this episode. The Web Starter Kit is beautiful out of the box, but it's meant to be customized. I know the team is working hard on the documentation and guides to show you how to do this stuff. But in the meanwhile, I thought it might be nice to share how I'm using it to redesign the tag tree site. See you next time.